What's up, guys? Steve here with another news update regarding stimulus and unemployment, as we've now received word that there are two more states that are going to be providing their own stimulus to their residents. They're saying, you know what? Congress can't come to an agreement on a federal level stimulus package. We're going to go ahead and take the funding we received and we're going to provide our own stimulus to our residents. So I'm going to get you caught up on what's unfolding, as we're seeing this pop up a lot more now, and you need to take advantage of this right away, as we're seeing that they have limited funds and this lasts for a limited time, like we saw with Orange County, Florida. They provided their residents with $1,000 stimulus checks, and the program lasted an entire 45 minutes before all of the funds were gone. So you need to know about these and you need to take advantage right away. So I want to make sure my viewing community knows. So I'm going to get you caught up on the latest as to what's coming out with state and local government programs to help you at this time. So I'm going to get you caught up with that, along with what is going on with the stimulus package negotiations, the latest vaccines, and also what's happening with the lockdowns. So I'm going to get you caught up, but before we dive in, if you could do me a quick favor, this will just take a second. Be sure to smash the like button. It helps out the channel. Thank you so much. And if you'd like to stay up to date on everything rolling out, be sure to smash the subscribe button and the notification bell, so that way as soon as we upload videos, you can be notified right away. And if you don't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. But now let's dive into the latest on updates regarding stimulus. So in my last video, go ahead and check it out if you didn't. I let you know about the latest that's going to be provided in Atlanta, Georgia, where you can get up to $5,000 of additional rental assistance if you've been impacted by the pandemic. And also there's a lot going on in St. Louis, Missouri. So be sure to check out that video if you are from those cities. But in this video, if you are from the entire state of Wisconsin, we've received word that they're putting together tens of millions of dollars for a lot of programs to help you out at this time. So link in the description below. Check it out if you're from the state of Wisconsin and you need some of those assistance programs to help you out at this time. Now, the big one is going to be the rental assistance program. Like I said, link in the description below, where you can get up to $3,000 of money from the state to help you out with rent. So be sure to check that out. Like I said, link to all of the programs down below. Right now, the state of Wisconsin is helping out their residents. Now, the other one is going to be Washington State. They're going to be providing assistance, but this is because they've announced that they're going to be going into lockdowns. Now, I'm going to be reading from an article, link in the description below if you'd like to check it out for yourself, and it reads the following. Governor Jay Inslee announced new statewide restrictions on social gatherings, which in turn impacts indoor dining, grocery store capacity, weddings, funerals, and other religious services, among other things. With these new restrictions, indoor dining will be prohibited until December 14th, gyms will be closed, and in-store retail, including grocery stores, will be reduced to 25% occupancy, greatly impacting small businesses that are already struggling to stay afloat. I know how much this hurts. I know business owners, I know workers. I've met many around the state this year and hear personally how the pandemic has affected them. We understand that this is both an economic and public health crisis. We do not take it lightly the impact these restrictions will have on local businesses, many of which have already had very difficult year. But this much is clear. We cannot enjoy a full economic recovery before we have gotten this virus under control, Inslee said in a press conference announcing the restrictions on Sunday. Now, here's the part on the statewide aid they're going to be providing. Now, just to let you know, this article goes on further to cover what's happening in Seattle along with Tacoma. So if you are from those specific cities, there's additional provisions available there as well. But I'm just going to read really quick what's provided from the state. It reads, Inslee announced that $50 million is available in federal aid to help mitigate impacts on businesses and workers. He said he intends to distribute those grants and loans before the end of the year. The governor said his office and the legislature has already distributed $25 million in grants to small businesses. His office has also approved $100 million in rental assistance, he said. We know it's not enough, but it's where we're at so far, and it will help some businesses afloat while we fight for new federal economic relief. I will continue to advocate strongly for more federal aid, and I implore Congress to act as soon as possible for Americans impacted the most by this. We cannot wait until the new administration takes office. Washingtonians need help now, Inslee said. For those employers who have not yet used the PPP forgivable loans, businesses can still apply from the Small Business Administration or at their local banks. So keep that in mind as well. But at this time, we're seeing that the state of Washington is providing additional assistance in $50 million to their residents. So like I said, we're beginning to see these pop up everywhere as state and local governments are beginning to use their funding to help out their residents at this time as we wait for Congress to pass the next stimulus package. And if you receive word on anything, be sure to let me know in the comments so I can share it here to the viewing community. And as I get updates, I'll share it out so everybody knows what's available to them at this time. As we've heard, there's been stimulus checks that have come out from Colorado, Orange County, Florida, rental assistance in Atlanta, Georgia, and now more we're hearing from Washington and Wisconsin. So as they roll out, I'll be sure to keep you up to date so that way you can take advantage of them, as they are for a limited time and there is limited funding. And it looks like we're going to need as much help as we can get, as we're beginning to see an upward trend in new virus cases in the United States. And the other day we hit an all-time new record high of 181,000 new cases in one day in the United States. So as a result, we're beginning to see some cities and states lock down once again, including, as I mentioned, Washington, Michigan, El Paso, Texas, Chicago, Illinois, and here in California, in Sacramento, they have locked down as well. I would have went to the gym this morning, but they're now officially closed. But the good news is that they are saying that they have 2 vaccines now that have over a 90% effective rate. As we saw Pfizer come out last week saying that they have a vaccine that has a 90% effective rate. Now you need to take this once and then 28 days later take a second dose in order for it to be fully effective. However, this week we've seen Moderna come out with their new vaccine, and they're boasting a 94.5% effective rate with a similar dosage requirement as well. But they're saying that the Moderna one is actually going to be a little bit better as well, because they're saying that it can be stored and refrigerated, where the Pfizer one, they have to keep it in extremely cool temperatures. But the good news is they're saying that new vaccines are on the way. And as a result, we've seen the stock market respond as well. If you haven't noticed, it's been soaring as people are now responding to the good news that we have vaccines, and hopefully we'll be able to get this virus under control soon. Now, as I mentioned in a previous video, we heard from Joe Biden's medical advisor, who had suggested that we do a nationwide lockdown for about 4 to 6 weeks. But what they're saying is, with this good news regarding the vaccines, that won't be necessary, which is really good news, because they're also saying that if we did that, that would be devastating to our economy, locking down for that long once again. Speaking of which, they're saying regarding the stimulus package negotiations, we saw President Donald Trump tweet out that Congress needed to provide a big and focused stimulus package. And we saw Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer print out that tweet, took it to the streets of New York, crossed out Congress, and put Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell needed to get that stimulus package agreement out, saying that he is the reason that we don't have an agreement yet. And what we're seeing is, ever since the elections, things have gone the opposite way that they should be, as they're going further apart on their agreements. And we're hearing Democrats saying that Mitch McConnell is the reason that he's being cheap and stingy on the stimulus, but he's saying he wants something targeted and focused, and saying that Democrats are trying to take advantage of the situation and get everything on their wish list. As they're going opposite directions, Democrats are back up at $3.4 trillion and Republicans are down at $1 trillion. So hopefully they'll be able to come up with some sort of agreement here soon to get out more provisions to help out people. But luckily, in the meantime, we're beginning to see, like I said, local governments providing their own stimulus provisions to help out residents. And as those pop up, like I said, I'll be sure to share here on the channel so that way you know it's available. And if Congress ever comes up with a second stimulus package agreement, I'll be sure to share here on the channel so that way you know as well. Well, you guys, that is the latest as of today, Monday, November the 16th. And like I said, as more information rolls out, I'll be sure to keep you up to date here on the channel. And if you like and appreciate these updates and these videos, if you could do me a quick favor, if you haven't already, be sure to smash the like button. It helps out the channel. Thank you so much. And if you want to stay up to date on everything rolling out, be sure to smash the subscribe button and the notification bell so that way as soon as I upload these videos, you can get notified right away. And if you don't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram at SteveRam3. And if you'd like to be a part of something positive and encouraging, a group of us get together on Thursday evenings at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time and do Bible studies on Facebook at teachjesus.app. And if you might be interested in some fashionable, modest women's clothing, be sure to check out my wife's website at www.nayaellaboutique.com. And if you'd like a chance to get 2 free stocks, link in the description below. When you download the Webull app and fund your account with as little as $100, you can get 2 free stocks, one of which could be valued up to $1,600. Well, you guys, I hope this reaches you well. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.